What is up, my beautiful Zebec network community? Now, I feel like I haven't created a video on Zebec in literally a week, and I actually might be even right, or it's been a couple of days. I actually don't remember really making too many Zebec videos in the last couple of days. I did have like 1 or 2 days where I haven't really uploaded. Yesterday, I did not upload. I was not feeling good. Technically, it's the day right now where I am, you know, my stomach and stuff is feeling a little bit iffy. The energy's not there, but we know we have to lock in. We can't miss 2 days in a row. So, that's why there's no face cam, no nothing. But, ladies and gentlemen, right, we are going to be breaking down some of the ZBEC technical analysis, just so you guys are updated, just so you guys have a peace of mind. And of course, we are going to continue to absolutely glaze this crypto because it deserves it. Okay, that is just reality. I know some people are going to be upset. Scam coin, here are your tissues. Wipe those tears, okay? Because this coin ain't a scam coin, and this coin is here to stay. ZBEC is here to stay. ZBEC is here to dominate. It is, in my opinion, one of the hottest, underrated cryptos at this current moment, right? We can go and look at some type of market cap it's at practically 430 million. I still think that's really, really underrated. We've seen meme coins go to billions. We've seen other utility coins and like great fundamental cryptos pretty much also go to the low billions of market cap. So for me, this is one of those cryptos that there's just no way with the way they're rolling, with what's going to come, with how much adoption is going to be, with the type of innovation they bring, with the potential partnerships. There's no way that this coin is not going to do well this cycle. All right. I am really, really confident, right? I am really, really confident. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, right? Let's dive into some of the basics. We can see that we are rank 130 out of 9,491. So pretty good, pretty solid. In the last month, we are up 17%. In the last 7 days, we are up 9%. We can see 430 million market cap, 19 million volume. So volume is still kind of low, but that's okay, right? Volume is kind of low, but that's okay. And if we go and look at how many holders we have, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that we have been kind of consistently rising, right? We did flatline just a little bit the last 2 to 3 days, but honestly, it was the weekend and, not much happened other than like Bitcoin selling off a couple $1,000s. So yeah, sometimes people get scared a little bit, people cash out, but ultimately, I don't think anything bad is going to be happening. Look, we did technically, right? We did technically break some structure, and we are going to be discussing this in the last couple of days. We have gone down at 1.13%. But yeah, in recent times, ladies and gentlemen, we were in this big structure. We were in this big structure over here. We broke out. We had to make a choice. Then we were selling off, selling off, selling off, selling off. And then on this channel, we called the reversals, right? The proof is there before it even happened. We broke it down, ladies and gentlemen. We broke down the technical analysis, and we pretty much said, look, this thing should be ping-ponging, right? It ping-ponged up here. We also said it probably will ping-pong down here and then continue to go up, and that's exactly what happened. After we had this rally, we had a very, very nice fundamental correction, and we can see, right, the moment we kind of re-enter certain order blocks, certain territory, we pump up once again. Look, we have been very fundamental the last few days, except pretty much yesterday, right? Except for the last day or two. We're not, it's not that we're not fundamental, but it's just the structure has shifted. So we can see we have this low, we have this high, we have this low, we have this high, we have this low, we have these highs. But then we can see, ladies and gentlemen, that we did fail. We did fail to create higher highs, right? Which don't worry, it has happened in the past where it has a little bit of sell-off. But the difference between the sell-off we've had now and the two previous ones is that we are actually below certain key zones, right? We are below key zones. So technically structure has shifted, right? We can see clear as day if I use the rectangles that we have a low, we have a pretty much, okay, head and shoulder low, we have a low, boom, we have a low, okay, and then for the highs, we have a high, clear structure shift, right? Huge momentum to the upside, absolutely beautiful structure to the upside. And then, yeah, it went a little bit higher, but it started to kind of consolidate and it sold off. So we can see clear as day, staircase, right? Boom, wait, boom, 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 boom. So if we wanted to go continue to go up higher, when we pulled back, even if we did technically dip below this area of 0.0047, we didn't want to really close below it. All right, so let's say we would have pulled back, then we would have wanted to see another spring to the upside. Okay, but we didn't get that. Why? Because we went below. We went below this key zone. So right now we are changing, structure. We are shifting away. So what is most likely going to happen? Well, some type of pullback, probably upwards of 0.049, I would say, somewhere over here before we get some kind of sell off. And most likely we will continue the structure in a different phase, right? Because we were in a certain phase. Now, I would not be surprised if for some time we have a high, we have these lows, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, and then somewhere probably around here, or maybe back down to 0.0042 is where we get some type of momentum shift once again, where then eventually we also go up, boom, 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 right? Look, in terms of the bigger time frame, this for me is a good August candle. Why? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you why, okay? Because we have a bottom here in August, and then we have a higher bottom. Yes, granted, we have a top here from May, and then we have a lower bottom in July. But for me, this ultimately screams that even if August does close like this, and July close like this, we practically are running out of room, right? If we even just look, right, this is literally the space we have, just this couple percent, right? If August were to close right now. Now, obviously, we still have a couple of days, but I don't expect anything too crazy to be happening to the point where, the narrative and the picture switch, right? So we have a couple percent to work with. So for me, I still think most likely September is going to be a good month. I think September is going to be a good month. If not, it's going to be a fake out, and then it's going to be some type of recovery and preparation for the blast off. Because once we get to October, November, December, we are officially in quarter 4. So that means the 3-month candles done, the monthly candles, obviously the weekly and daily are done. And that means the start of a new monthly, the start of a new weekly, and the start of a new quarter candle. So a lot can happen, right? A lot can happen. And we know the rate cuts are very, very likely to be happening in September, right? Mid-September. So we could see some type of fake out in the beginning of September, right? These markets ultimately are still going to be trying to fake out people, which is why I don't really care when something dips a lot or pumps too much, because at the end of the day, people, they're going to keep going back and forth until we really have a clear picture. Really have a clear picture. And then, yeah, once things start blasting off, it's going to be pretty easy, fairly easy. So just remember that. Just remember that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I love you guys so much. You guys are absolutely fantastic. Zebec Army, I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Goodbye.